this segment, I want to talk to you about this 90-day phenomenon that I've seen other salespeople experience. First 90 days, they come out. First 30 days, they're doing good. Second 30 days, they're doing good. Last 30 days, crash. Okay, the crash, the 90-day phenomenon. Have you ever met a salesperson that started selling first week, they're doing good? I know people went out the first day, bang, 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 all day, all over the place. Like, whoa, this guy's like Wyatt Earp, killing stuff at OK Corral on the first day. They do great first 30 days, 60 days, boom, crash. Like, oh, what happened? All excited. Doesn't have to be a salesperson either. It could be somebody working in a company. Go in the first week, they're good. Second week, they're good. Third week, they're good. Fourth week, they're good. Fifth week, oh. Sixth week, 12th week, they get fired. What happened? What the hey happened? You ever been pumped up one day, out the next? Now, management's explanation for this 90-day phenomenon, this crash, is going to tell you that the person got lazy and that they quit listening. They got too smart for their own good. How can you get too smart in 90 days? You don't know anything. And maybe he did get lazy. Maybe she got lazy. But why? Why? The question is asked, why did they get lazy? They weren't exhibiting lazy the first 2 or 3 weeks. And now all of a sudden they did get lazy. What happened? Something changed. What happened? Something altered the behavior. We had high levels of activity and then bang, something dropped off. What happened other than labeling the individual as lazy? Remember what I said in an earlier segment. Lazy is the cause of not knowing something. Now, management might also say, well, he got too smart. Okay, well, the truth is he didn't know anything and he was doing. Now he has some information and he's not. Remember what we said earlier? When people don't do it, it's because they don't know something. Information is not going to make you lazier. If you know how to do something better, you're going to do it faster, quicker, and you should be able to do it more often. 30 days ago, 60 days ago, 90 days ago, what changed? You can't know much in 90 days, let's face it. Even if I'm working out my body, you're not going to see big results in the first 90 days. You're going to see huge results in 6 months from now. 9 months after that, you're going to see even bigger results of putting something together for 60 or 90 days over longer periods of time. This is what happened in the first 30 days. He did everything he was told to do, and then somewhere along the line, 60 to 90 days, he quit doing it. He got too smart, supposedly. Come on. It's not possible. Nobody learns to trade in 90 days. See, this is what I believe happened, okay? What happens in the first 90 days is if you know this can happen to you, by the way, you'll make sure it doesn't happen to you. So if you're brand new to sales or brand new to a job, this is how you avoid the 90-day crash phenomenon. The 90-day crash is caused by an individual being told or asked to do something that no longer aligns with their personal agreements about what they consider to be right or wrong. Understand what I'm saying here. You went to work in a position. You were told to sell a telephone, okay? The telephone's $1,000. No, you think the telephone's actually $99 a month. And then you around the place and you find out 60 days later, we got this bug in the phone, this problem with the phone, this phone broke, and this one person came back with 3 cracked glasses, and they had to. Oh, and then we found out that the phone's really $1,000 on a program that cost $200 over 72 months, and they had to pay for it for the rest of their life. And the guy went broke because of his phone. And your mom said a phone's a ripoff, and she got her phone for free. See, what happened was the individual doesn't feel good about the product they're selling anymore. Went to the company all excited. Man, I'm gonna sell this phone. This phone's gonna be good. It's good. Everybody's gonna buy a phone from me. And then something happened. And this goes back to that conviction thing that I was talking about earlier. When you're brand new, you have belief. First 3 days, I love this. You're all excited. You go out and you sell something. You don't overthink, right? You just make it easy for people. Then later you start picking up data and information, bad habits from other people, bad ideas, garbage from other people, mechanics. Oh, I got to do it like this and I got to slow it down. And that now affects your ability to get things done. Look, there are only 2 reasons the crash happens. One is you have a disagreement with the product, the service, or what you're promising. Or maybe you had some disagreement with management and what they're asking you to do. Disagreement is the first thing that collapses the individual's ability to take a lot of action. This individual now refrains himself from doing those actions that they were just doing a few days or weeks ago. Something changed and caused this person to start not leaning into the activity. Maybe you picked up some information about how this product no longer really helps the customer. You don't feel good about it. You don't feel good about promising something that you or someone else said is not true about that promise. To the degree you have a disagreement. Maybe you didn't close a deal and you start wondering, God, why didn't I close that deal? And then they said, oh, it's too expensive. And you saw some bad review online. Oh my God, they're ripping people off. And that entered your data and you're like, I don't want to rip people off because you're a good person. I said this earlier. The more integrity you have, the more you got to confront these demons and misinformation and other people's ideas. The problem is you're coming up with the wrong reasons, though, and you continue to use the wrong reasons as a way to sell. Okay, like tricks, all these tricks. This is why I oppose to all these tricks and gimmicks people use. Oh, when they cross their legs, you should cross your legs, and when they cross their arms, you should cross your arms, and when they talk deep, you should talk deep, and when they say it like this, you should say it like this. No, those are tricks. And most people, if you're a good person, you're not going to feel good about tricks and gimmicks. Okay, I'll prove it to you right now. Would you advertise when you come buy something from us? We're going to match. You cross your arms, we'll cross yours. You would never advertise that. That means you would keep it a secret. That means you don't feel good about it. The way I want to sell people is just open and honest. You come here, I'll give you a price, I'll show you the product, I'm going to tell you what it does for you. I'm completely convinced of it. See, I don't have anything to hide. I don't have anything to hold me back. Might be why I've been successful in my career. I'm authentic, I'm transparent, I tell people the way it is, and I get a lot of people to talk to because I know some people just will not like me. Have you ever heard this thing about, hey, the first impression, you only have one shot at a first impression? I believe that. Like, you only have one shot to make a good first impression, and most of the time, mine's not good. So I'm like, you know how you counter that? Talk to a lot of people. Okay, so look, this crash thing happens a lot where salespeople come along or come up with a wrong answer and then continue to use the wrong answer over and over and over again, like this. Well, I got a better deal down the street. You lost the deal because of that, you think. And then you're like, then you start adding that as a calculator on every deal. Oh, our price is always more expensive than somebody else's. Bad advice coming from your friends, family, relatives, other salespeople, management, customers, owners. Maybe it was an article that you read, a review. You picked up some little bad piece of data. By the way, it could be true and still be bad for you, right? Bad information. You went into disagreement about it. One of the things we say over here is, look, I can't make everybody happy. Not even interested in making everybody happy. I'm interested in everybody knowing me. I want to help everybody, but look, I can't make everybody happy. It's impossible. I can't make everybody happy if I take care of them. Okay, you ever try taking care of somebody? Like, don't pay me anything. I want to give you the answer. You ever had a friend? Hey, I got to tell you something, man. It's going to help you a lot. Okay, and they're like, yeah. Once you tell them, they hate your guts for it. Even solve somebody's problems, they'll hate you for it. Okay, so keep this in mind. When you're in sales, you cannot make everybody happy. We all know that. Everybody knows that. That's a no-brainer. The 90-day wonder, the reason somebody does so well in the beginning is you do listen, you do believe in your product and service, and you are sold. And to the degree that you're sold and convinced, you'll make sales. Okay, everybody agrees with that? Good. When you become sold on some bad idea that your product is overpriced or it's got this, malfunction or it's not a good service or one person had a bad experience with it or somebody else can sell it for less, then you start making that sale to yourself. See, not selling is also a form of selling. Listen to me. When you don't make the sale, you need to understand, oops, I'm making a sale. Just in reverse. Have you ever heard somebody say, I could never be a salesperson? You just did make a sale. I could never be a salesperson. Somebody made a sale on you. You decided you can't do that job. That's a sale. And you're trying to sell me on it right now. Listen to all the energy. I could never do that. Well, you're doing it right now. See, it's natural for you to convince yourself or others, to convince others of the position you believe in. You just sold in reverse. Something impacted the individual, that person, to where they are no longer motivated, no longer excited, and even convince management that they can't be excited, motivated, and work hard. So what do? We mislabel the person as lazy. You get it? Motivation dropped out. I don't want to do it anymore. You ever seen a cop do this? I have. You ever seen a teacher do it? I have. Ever seen a chiropractor not want to do their work anymore? Or a physical therapist? Like, I just lost it, man. I used to love my work. Now I don't love it anymore. You ever seen an artist? They can't paint. How about a writer? They can't write. What happened? Something happened. Something went out. They're no longer convinced about their production, about what they're offering. When production drops on any job for any person, the first thing we should look at is, or rehabilitating that individual is, what happened? What don't you feel good about? What is it you don't love about your job anymore? What thing happened? Or what were you told? Or who whispered in your ear to tell you that this isn't a good opportunity anymore? The individual, or in this case yourself, became convinced that something's wrong with the product, the company, the service, or all three. Or maybe the mission, the purpose. What's the mission? What's the purpose? Why are we even doing this? See, I know that when I take on a task like a book or a program, or we have a boot camp 3 weeks from now. 500 executives come from around the country. We go up the street to 1 mile from here to a hotel and spend 3 days with them. When my team gets close on their target, okay, and then they come up a little short, my job is to keep pushing on it. Come on, let's go get those extra. Let's hit our target. If you're a manager running, you got to keep selling people on that target because they will actually become convinced. I've heard this. Graham, we've told all our customers about it. Okay, we've already advertised. We sent the emails out. There's nobody left. 7 billion people. See, you gotta keep selling your people on why to do something, or your family, or your customers. See, you want to go over all the ways that you might have been convinced not to sell your product, and then reinforce that. How does it benefit others? You got to keep doing this as you have a target. How does it benefit others? How does the product benefit? What are the good points, not the out points? Anytime you find a drop in production, you must ask yourself, what can I do to fix that? What counterintention, disagreement, false information, bad ideas, garbage, content did I get? And get rid of it. Look for the counter intention. Look for the opposing ideas or knowledge. Anybody telling you not to sell at this time? Anybody telling you not to push? Anybody telling you not to follow up? Look for the disagreements. Look for the false information that you might have about the product, the service, the company that would oppose your personal ethics or truth or goodness about a situation. By the way, ethics are about right or wrong for you, right? What's right or wrong for you? If you think $1 million is a lot of money, then you're probably going to struggle with asking somebody for $1 million. $1 million isn't a lot of money for me. It used to be. Now I'm like, oh, I have no problems asking somebody for $1 million or 10 million or 100 million. No problem at all. You don't fix that. You can't ask for it. It's impossible. Okay. If you're going to Disneyland and you think $200 a day is a lot for your kid, then how are you going to sell a $200 product? Once you handle it personally, then you can handle other people personally. How do you feel about your product? How do you feel about your service? How do you feel about the mission? How do you feel about the price? How do you feel about what you're doing? How do you feel about the promise? How do you feel about the certainty? How do you feel about what your company does for the customer after the fact with service? And find out for yourself what is in there that might be dirtying up your ability to have conviction about your price and your offer and your service. See, if you've ever noticed your production drop, bottom come out of it, what are you going to do next time? Check for what? Those things. Hey, where do I have a disagreement? What do I need to rehabilitate? Is there any counterintention? Is there any false information? Is there any garbage on my lines? Bad information. You're looking for those things that got you sold on something. You didn't get unsold. You got sold on something else. You didn't get unsold. You got sold something else. Someplace where you were not sold completely, a little fragmented, a little weak, boom, it's got in there and it started agitating. You got your negatives became bigger than your positives. Your sales went out, your production went out, your phone calls went out, your follow-up went out. Look at where you are sold. Where were you sold a long time ago where you were convinced and what happened? When were you completely and utterly excited, motivated, and then go back and sell yourself all over again? This is the way you clean up the person that's losing in their production. Find the plus points, press on them, polish them, clean them up, shine them, and ignore the imperfections. Have meetings every day about all the things that are great about your product. Disregard the negatives. Nothing's perfect. Put your attention back on the benefits and onto the value. Get back to being sold completely and doing the things that you were doing early on and watch your production soar.